Takloo was a little boy from Anjale, a small village in the far, far west of India. If you went further west, you would be a fish in the ocean. Anjale was colorful. It had many trees. It also had many squirrels. Squirrels loved nuts, and Anjale had many nuts, even beetle nuts. The people there were different shades of brown, dark and light brown, and there were even those who were very, very light brown. Takloo was a naughty boy who loved his dog Moti very much. When Takloo was born, his father, mother and Moti were very happy, and the whole village sang songs and danced. Even Moti danced on 2 of his 4 feet. Takloo's family had very little money. They were a happy family, and they all smiled like this. Takloo's father was tall and not too dark. He wore a dhoti, walked with an umbrella that had a hook that looked like a parrot's beak, and rode a bicycle. His name was Vasubhau. Vasubhau worked for a cotton mill. Have you ever touched cotton? It is soft and white and fluffy, and it comes from plants. Vasubhau was soft like cotton. He had very kind eyes and was very simple. Takloo's mother's name was Banabai. Banabai had teeth that looked like Dracula's fangs, but she was very funny and made people laugh. One day, Vasubhau came home with lots and lots of sea salt, which had been gifted to him. Banabai saw all this salt. Their house was so small. How would they ever take all this salt inside? She got very angry with Vasubhau. She told him, "There is so much salt here. I can use it for the next 3 years." And her hair flew in the air, and her arms swung about like this. Takloo was only 5 years old, and even the tiniest baby mango trees were taller than him. Takloo was naughty, but he was also very smart. He had an idea. He ran to a potter's yard. "May I have a pot?" he asked the potter. There were big pots, small pots, even smaller pots, and giant-sized pots. He tried carrying the very big pot, but it was so big that he fell onto his bottom. He looked at the very small pot, which was so small that you would need grandfather's spectacles to see it. He found the one that was just the right size and went up to the front door of his hut. There he took a bowl and bit by bit filled his pot with salt. He put the pot of salt on his head and went to his neighbor's house to sell the salt. When the neighbors saw Takloo with the salt, they thought to themselves, "What a clever boy." They bought his salt for 1 rupee. A rupee coin looks like this. One neighbor wanted 2 pots of salt, and she gave him a 2 rupee coin that looked like this. One neighbor asked for 5 pots of salt and gave him a heavy coin that looked like this. When the sun began to set behind the trees and the sea, Banabai asked Vasubhau to go and find the naughty Takloo. Vasubhau found Takloo behind the trees near the pond, playing with frogs that came out to play only in the evenings. Takloo had a small purse next to him. Vasubhau was a very caring father. He sat down and listened to Takloo's story about how he sold the salt and made money. Then they sat on their bicycle and came back home. It was night. Banabai had lit oil lamps and had prepared dinner and was eager to hear their story. They all sat around the earthen stove and laughed and joked and finished a tasty meal. Banabai and Vasubhau were very proud of their smart little boy.